Muscle cramps. Muscle cramps are involuntary contractions or spasms that can cause mild to severe pain. These cramps can occur in any muscle but are most commonly experienced in the legs, arms, and abdomen. There are several factors that can contribute to the development of muscle cramps, including dehydration, electrolyte imbalances, overuse of muscles during intense physical activity, and peripheral artery disease. Other causes may include medications, neuropathy, and nerve or muscle diseases. Treatment for muscle cramps may include stretching and massaging the affected muscle, applying heat or cold therapy, and over-the-counter pain medications such as ibuprofen. In some cases, prescription medications or injections may be necessary. Revision questions. 1. What is the meaning of the following terms? A. Myogenic. B. Myofibral. C. Sarcolemma. A myogenic refers to a characteristic of cells or tissues that originate from and are under the control of muscle cells. B. Myofibral is a cylindrical subunit of muscle fibers made up of repeating contractile units called sarcomeres that are responsible for muscle contraction. C. Sarcolemma is the cell membrane that surrounds individual muscle cells, known as muscle fibers, and controls the movement of substances in and out of the cell. 2. State the differences between skeletal and smooth muscles. Skeletal muscles. Attached to bones and provide movement of the skeleton. Voluntary, meaning they contract in response to conscious control. Striated in appearance due to the arrangement of the contractile proteins actin and myosin. Contract rapidly but tire quickly. Controlled by the somatic nervous system. Typically larger in size than smooth muscles. Smooth muscles. Located in the walls of internal organs and blood vessels. Involuntary and contract in response to stimuli from the autonomic nervous system. Not striated in appearance due to the lack of a regular arrangement of contractile proteins. Contract more slowly than skeletal muscles but are able to sustain contraction for longer periods of time. Typically smaller in size than skeletal muscles. Contraction controlled by hormones and other signaling molecules in addition to the nervous system. 3. What brings about the raising of the forearm? Raising of the forearm, such as during a biceps curl, is primarily brought about by the contraction of the biceps brachii muscle. The biceps brachii muscle is a two-headed muscle located in the front of the upper arm. When the muscle contracts, it shortens and pulls on the tendon that attaches it to the forearm bone, radius, causing the forearm to move upwards towards the shoulder. This upward movement is possible due to the pivot joint at the elbow, which allows the forearm to rotate around its axis. The contraction of the biceps brachii muscle is initiated by the nervous system, specifically the motor neurons that innervate the muscle fibers in the biceps brachii. The contraction can be voluntarily controlled by the brain, allowing for conscious movement of the forearm. 4. Biceps and triceps are antagonistic muscles. Explain this statement. The statement biceps and triceps are antagonistic muscles means that these two muscle groups perform opposing actions at a joint. In this case, the joint is the elbow. The biceps brachii muscle is responsible for flexion of the elbow joint, which brings the forearm towards the upper arm, such as when performing a bicep curl or lifting a weight. In contrast, the triceps brachii muscle is responsible for extension of the elbow joint, which straightens the arm, such as when pushing an object away. When one of the muscles contracts to perform its action, it causes movement at the joint while the other muscle is relaxed. For example, when you lift a weight, your biceps contract to lift the weight towards your shoulder, while your triceps relax. When you lower the weight, your triceps contract to extend your arm, while your biceps relax. Therefore, the biceps and triceps work together in a coordinated way to perform movements at the elbow joint, but they are considered antagonistic because their actions oppose each other. Prevention of muscle cramps may involve staying hydrated, maintaining a balanced diet with sufficient electrolytes, and avoiding or limiting strenuous physical activity. Stretching and warming up properly before exercise may also help reduce the risk of muscle cramps. If muscle cramps are severe, persistent, or accompanied by other symptoms such as swelling or redness, it is important to seek medical attention.